guys wrong. I need to be an aviator. So everyone kept saying, even my mother would tell me sometimes, so what if you don't get a job? What are you going to do? But aviation is a big world. So I got a chance. I studied from Kubis Aviation College. I got all what was necessary, and then I joined aviation. And trust me, money is in aviation. Money is in
I was
aviation.
yet to ask.
Oh
You know,
gosh.
at some points in life, you choose something and you're like, would there be money as something to count, you know, on the table? And someone thinks of like, this is easier for me to do because I'll definitely fit into the work environment. I'll easily get a job out there.
Yeah, it is easy because in aviation, courses don't take like 4 years, like I don't know how long, because when you're doing, for example, cabin crew, it takes you only 9 months. So after the 9 months, you are ready to go because you get, from Kubis Aviation, you get an international certificate, which allows you work anywhere in Qatar, in Uganda Airlines, in Emirates. So you get a diploma from the school and an international certificate from IATA. So this allows you to work anywhere. So you can easily go and work for Qatar, you can go and work for Emirates. So it is diverse. I mean, you can get anywhere you want, depending on where you want to work. And jobs in aviation are always there. Like, you don't run out of jobs. You always have something in aviation. Yes.
This is quite amazing. Judith, I'll move up to you. Tell us about your story, a little more about you, how you got there.
Okay.
You landed safe.
Definitely,
You
I
enjoy
did.
where you're placed.
Very. Now, it was a very hard decision to make because a lot of us looked at, my family in particular, plus me, we looked at doing journalism. And then like, should I really go for journalism? Should I? And then my uncle was like, you know what? You can do public speech. You're good at what you're doing already because I was already being skilled from Teens Crown. So he's like, you know, you can be, you know how jokes are cracked? You can be these ladies that are always say, welcome to Uganda Airlines. Yes. So I felt like, I think this could work for me. And then I remembered back in the days in high school, we would put on those uniforms of cabin crew and then get showcased on multiple shows. So I felt like this is something that I really wanted. I've been practicing it unknowingly. And then later on, I'm like, I got a chance. I'm getting to Kubis Aviation College. Why shouldn't I use this opportunity? And who knows what is going to be it for me? So I got to know about the school, joined the school, and it not only became a training center for me, it became a home. You know, you are groomed, you are given opportunities day in, day out. You're not only going to sit on yourself, be a student like any other university student. No, it is way too different. So I got the opportunities from Kubis Aviation College. I have met a lot of people. I have met very big people in the industry. I have gotten to work with a lot of people because of being in the same school. So I feel like not only being in a school should it be your role, but you need to also outstand. You need to outshine. So when you outshine, what is it for you? You are opening more doors for yourself. You are meeting people like Sandra, you are meeting, yes, you're meeting different people. You're making a lot of friends in the industry, and that is how you network. So when you network, you are opening literally doors for yourself. That is how I got to become the ambassador of Kubis Aviation College. And it really felt good. I mean, this is home. So I feel like whoever wants to be an aviator, I'm not telling you in particular to maybe join Kubis Aviation College because it is where I'm from, but you need to look for quality education. You need to look for an environment that is conducive. You need to look for an opportunity where you're going to, you know, to open your doors. You not only have to sit on yourself and then later on think of, now I'm done with school, I have done cabin crew, what else am I going to do? I'm going to sit at home, look at my parents, because all that tuition for what?
I know.
We need to be hardworking women. Yeah.
Because you're like, maybe it's their responsibility. You're supposed to pay up for me. Yeah?
Now you have paid for me. Then what
Understand
next?
to
I'm
relax.
supposed to look for what to do. So are you going to sit
trying
back
to imagine
home?
how it also look when I turn, if I turn out to have
You
that
should
outfit.
try.
You know, when you join aviation, it is automatic. You become beautiful. I don't know how, because
Yeah.
there is a way you become more beautiful automatically.
Because at the end of the day, I don't know whether those are stories, traditional, the stories that we used to have at the back of our minds, or maybe in society, what they would go on saying, that your looks complement you to get into that particular industry, and of course your body size. Someone like me who is short.
The truth is, some courses for cabin crew, yes, you have to have that height. Yes,
the standard height.
Exactly.
There's a standard height.
There is a in
and the size?
there is what we call BMI. They calculate that. So you have, your height has to be equivalent to your weight. You don't have to be too, I don't want to say it. You have to match your weight and size. So for cabin crew, yes, we don't want to lie you and you reach there when you're too, no. For cabin crew, you need the height.
Certain things have to complement.
Exactly. But if you're going to be a pilot, you just go.
I can go with my height.
You can go with your height very well. And you want to do customer care at the airport?
Okay, tell us the variety that is there, because I mean, at least in journalism, there's a lot you can do. You try to look through, you're like, am I close to the cables? I'll do the engineering bit of it. Am I good at talking? Yes. So certain things like variety, maybe I'll go for print. So how is it like in your case?
Now, for example, we have a lot of things you can do. A lot. Like, for example, you know, I love talking about cabin crew. Do you know why I put it first?
Tell us about it.
How I know.
Drop it on us.
I want to splash it on you so that you understand. So you can do cabin crew. We have ground piloting. There is a course called ground pilot. Before you be the pilot who flies in air, you have to first be a ground pilot. We have a lot of courses. We have aviation security. You can do customer care. You can do ticketing. People out there, you know, like, for example, ticketing. You don't need to have an office. It's just free money. Just go study how to do a ticket. You can do it at home. And there is that money you get, like, off the ticket, like yourself. You can get like a $5, and you're good to go in your bed.
The kind of money you're talking about, is it dollars or pounds?
I mean, we are international. We're talking about dollars. Yeah. Yeah, so such courses. When you're in aviation, in actual sense, you can be in your bed. But when you're working, like for tickets, just somebody, because as long as you have at least a group of friends, you network, you know, this one needs a ticket. So they'll just give you a call. Hello, Margaret, how are you? We need a ticket. And you can just do it at your comfort. You have your money. So we have a lot of courses you can do in aviation, like so many of them, because you can even be a security person but who works in a plane. Yes, so it's just you need to be good at what you do, and you're good to go.
Yeah, in addition to that, we have what she talked about, ground piloting. It is what we call dispatch. Now, dispatch, it is when you're a pilot but on ground, you are going to be planning all the flight routes. You will be doing flight planning. Before the pilot is handed over the plane to, or the aircraft to, you, the dispatcher, has already worked upon it. You know what the weather is like. You know which route he's going to be using. You know what fuel he's going to be burning. Everything before the flight is going to take place. The dispatcher does that. We have passenger ground services, the people at the airport that they check you in, check your ticket, check your boarding pass, show you where to be, you know, at the terminal and everything. We have what we call aviation security that you had talked about. A lot of people think security is holding a gun, which is not true. Yeah,
you should have done somewhere.
You know, right? So all those things, a lot of people just keep believing until they have seen what exactly it is. Yes, so we have a lot of courses. We have a safety and quality management system. We have how's it called? We have aviation fundamentals that is compiled of 3 courses. Imagine you're doing one course, but it has 3 courses. That is airline marketing. It has a lot of courses. I feel like someone needs to be acknowledged, or someone needs knowledge out there, because they're just myths and everything about aviation. People think you need money, people think you need connections, gamba no go, which is not true. Yeah, you only need your brains, your studying, and your efforts. Yeah, to be in the aviation
speaking
industry.
about the money itself, you mentioned a few seconds back. How affordable is it? Because I mean, at least I've covered like stories to do with aviation, and then at some point the graduation bit of it. Yes. Some parent broke down, like, in the village, they were like, hey, your son is going to be a pilot. Will you manage? Will you manage? Look at her. You're also taking your son to be a pilot. You get it. Find something else in business that they can easily get a job, you know? You know how Uganda is. So they were really saying so much, and she could not believe that time had reached and this son had to graduate. So she was like, she had to sell land, but she was really grateful that at least the son concentrated and they had to get that bit of graduation itself. So how affordable is it in Uganda to do those particular courses that you're talking about? And how accessible? Of course, I know at Kobe's Aviation, it's amazing. And at least we have some of the other institutions that are also coming up to tap into that space of aviation itself. Yes. So how affordable is it and how accessible is it? Okay, now, aviation is an expensive everything. Whatever is in aviation, trust me, I'll not lie. I don't want to lie. We put away the doctor bit. Of course, when we're talking, they have to be there like 5 years down the road, and then another month. No. Now in aviation, it doesn't take you a lot of time. That is the good bit in aviation. You don't have to study for 5 years. No. In aviation, we have courses for a year, for 9 years, for 9 months, for 6 months, depending on which exact course you're doing. But there is what we call installments, there is what we call agreeing with somebody, because this is Uganda, we all know. And even in secondary, our mothers used to go there and tell them, you know, we can pay. So it's about agreeing. It doesn't have necessarily to pay, to pay 5 million at once. No, you can pay the 5 million, but in bits. Yes, because all of us didn't come from best families where our parents had money. No, but then we had to make a difference. After your parent paying for you 2 million, 1 million, yes, after that what? You have to make them proud. So now my mother is happy because yes, she paid the money and amazing.
Yes, and then in addition to the money.
Salute to Maggie's mom.
Yes, you know, we consider a lot everyone. That is why we have different courses. Yeah, so you cannot decide to do a course when you know you are not going to afford it. However much we are trying to be affordable, because I'm not going to lie to you, like she had said, that aviation is not expensive. It's expensive, but it is affordable. There are courses that are affordable, very affordable. In that if you do one course, you're even able to work in another department. That is the beauty of, but it's not like, if you're in media, you're only going to be doing, you're only going to be a presenter when you do not know what is happening behind the camera or in the production. So if you do, let's say, airline ticketing, you are able to also do passenger ground services. So if you take up a course that is affordable to you in your zone, because you do not have to strain and then find yourself getting arrested for something that yeah,
so it's kind of flexible.
Yes,
at
very
some particular
flexible
course you can as well upgrade and get into the other departments as well.
Yes, please.
Sure. And then how is it accessible? We have tried to make it broad. We have tried to create awareness, because we have moved to very many schools around Uganda, even outside Uganda. We have tried to create awareness in that people do not miss out on what the aviation industry is holding for them. A lot of people, we would go to schools and then people are asking you, is it true that you're a cabin crew? Is it true? I mean, I've never seen one. I think the only time I have to see one is when
movies.
I'm traveling.
You're traveling, or maybe
you know?
it's in the movies.
And then this person, and it's in the movies. And then this person is not going to get a chance to fly any soon. But what we do, we bring the life in your school. That is how much we have tried to create awareness so that everyone gets a bite of it.
Is it really taxing? Like we talked about the movies themselves, you're like, I need to see this beautiful and very smart. But of course, at the end of the day, women with brains and women who want to inspire the nation out there, lift up a system, maybe the young generation as well. How taxing is it? Because when you're watching the movies, you're like, I've been on this plane, on that other one, I've not had time to myself. Tell us a bit about it. Now,
in aviation, most people think when you join aviation, you don't get married, you don't have children. My dear, we do. We also have time. For example,
it's different, not like the bit of a truck drivers who are always from one area to
another,
area.
yes.
So you're always on the plane from Ethiopia to another destination.
Now, of course, these people get time to rest, but of course, they'll not put it in your face that we rest. But, for example, in a week, there, for example, let's just say we have Kubis Airline. Now, for example, if in Kubis Airlines, we might have a flight which goes to Dubai every Tuesday and comes back on Wednesday. So that particular person is going to be working at that particular time. And then the rest of the week, that person will be resting. So we rest and we have children. Yes. Now, for example, the ladies in cabin crew, some of you may think you will not have time for family. You will have. And then you also get time to get your pregnant, I know, but then you'll be on ground. As she said, when you're doing cabin crew, you can also be doing passenger ground services, people at the airport. So you can get time, be down at the airport, give back, and then get back. As long as you still keep the size and the height, we are
I'm
good to go.
telling you the size and the height.
Yeah, it's very important.
It's important.
It's very important.
Yes.
Good you had to clarify that, because other women will be like, ha, baja kungo ba.
But you can choose, like for example, you can say, I've given it 5 years. Let me be a cabin crew for 5 years and then make your money. Duh, money is there. I will not lie, money is in aviation.
So you invest right when it comes to aviation.
Yeah.
The
Just
cost
know
is
when you do
expensive,
aviation,
but
you've invested
invested.
right.
you're investing right.
Yes, no matter what
The
cost
returns will come through as soon as you graduate.
as soon as you graduate, because for us, like at Kubis Aviation, we make sure we try our level best to get for you something. We try our level best. And if you realize when you go to Qatar, you'll find people from Kubis Aviation. When you see somebody who is from Uganda, ask them, do you know Kubis Aviation? So in Qatar, at the airport, when you reach there and find people, most of them are from Kubis Aviation. So when you come and study with us, we shall do our best to get you something. Of course, you have to put in an extra effort, that wanting, you know.
But at least it's not like the way I know someone, and you know those things.
Connection.
No, as long as you study, for example, if an airline is hiring and you have a certificate, an international certificate, why would they leave you and take somebody who doesn't have? So in aviation, when you choose aviation, you've chosen right.
Good thing there's clarity there for the women out there, because men would complain, she comes back home late, much as her paycheck is so well, it accommodates so many things.
You have to understand each other.
And then the size as well, women who do such, the women in aviation, and then the employees at the end of the day, like her, I employ a woman, she will take maternity leave for almost 4-5 months. Imagine her skipping work when she's pregnant and coming late. Those are the complaints that come from employees.
Now, like for example, as I've said, so if you, that's why I said we have jobs. So if somebody, for example, gets pregnant, you have another opportunity for somebody who has been studying to come in. And being a cabin crew, of course, has the looks, I'll put it as the looks are. Of course, at a certain age, you have to leave the airline and do something else. You still, other new people are coming in the industry. That's why I keep telling you, if you choose aviation, you've chosen right, because you will get a job, like it or not.
Amazing. For the viewer out there, if you just joined us, good to know that you're part of this lovely episode. We've been here from the month of March celebrating women in ICT, in health, and this time around women in business, women in labor, having a safe environment, of course helping the young students out there. I know many of you are back for holidays and you're trying to figure it out. A parent asks you, who do you want to become when you grow up? You're trying to figure it out. And for the parents out there trying to find where to, which kind of sector, where can I invest and you know, place my child there in the tech space as something we cannot do away with, every bit of it. So we're trying to get the ladies and find out how they've incorporated ICT in their day-to-day work. For this episode, I'm here having a wonderful time. Judith is quite inspiring as well, and Margaret too. Great stories they have to share with you if you just joined us. We want to find out, how do you balance? Because I mean, she talked about having a life. At the end of the day, you have families, people, something that they don't even think about. You're like, I have to be there for like 10 years, and I think about maybe building myself, you know, developing myself in another way, maybe my social life. That's what they tend to think. If you're in aviation, you're supposed to put certain things away from your table. And you're an inspiration. You speak to the young people out there when it comes to media. I've had you speak to so many of them, inspire them, get to know what they do. How do you balance? How do you break off and have all that time?
Okay, now it depends on which course or which department you have decided to go for. Because if it comes to cabin crew, it's a bit different. from dispatch, it's different from passenger ground services, it's different from airline ticketing, because most of these courses you have plenty of time. So let me talk about it in the school way. When you are schooling, because we study for 9 months, you're able to study from for 3 hours a day, I may say. And then after your 3 hours a day, you have all the time you need. You have all the time to do your personal work, to do your businesses, because we have people that are studying and they are working as well. So I know I'm going to come to school for my 3 hours of the day, and then later on, I run to work. So we give that opportunity of you study, you're getting the education, but at the same time you're sustaining yourself in a different way. And then when it comes to working, we have time that you are given leave, because you're not going to be working from Sunday to Sunday to Sunday to Sunday. No, it's way too different. That is what people have, which is different now. That is the mindset. But when you are working, you are given time to rest, because there are a lot of people that have to work as well. So if you're put on a rota, let's say you're put on a rota for 3 days, consecutive days, let the 2 be off for you, so that you're able to do other things. If you see the people that are working in the aviation industry, there is an influencer called Nyonyozi Prim. She is always doing her things on social media, but she is working at the airport. So how does she do it? She has time. You are given time. You still have that time. You not only you don't have to die in the industry. You have, I mean, you're only no, you have
and you become
time.
nagging all through.
Now, like for example, we have the plane, those who have been in there, it's a pressurized cabin where the oxygen in the plane is not the same as the oxygen down here. So even the cabin crews get fatigued. That's why they can't give you to work 5 days a week. It is not possible. All airlines, they don't give you to work 5 days a week, because they need you to stay okay in actual sense after that. So you have at least 2 to 3 days of rest.
So a lot is put into consideration, even the health itself.
Yeah, or even the health.
The other days, so that you have that fresh.
Exactly, so that you're on ground and you're okay, because
you need to keep us.
Yes, so these people get time to rest. And like, for example, those people who travel, like for example, the pilots and the cabin crews, when you reach a certain country, for example, if you're going today and then you arrive in the night, you get time to sleep and time to party and time to travel. So you travel around the country, each country you go to. That's why they say,
hey, Margaret, you really had to put that in our faces.
I know. I have to let you know about the traveling, because I mean, we can have breakfast in London, and dinner in Japan. So, oh my God, you people are missing.
So we should save money for the children. If we missed it,
just save
for the
it.
children.
Right.
Because the way sometimes we have to post, sometimes I want to keep people updated. You need to let them know that your child can have breakfast in London, lunch in Dubai, and
dinner
breakfast
in Malaysia.
Oh my God, in Malaysia. And every time everyone is saying, that child over went to which school, over that child, I don't know, when did you give birth to that child? Your child can also be that. Just save the money.
Or be because I was going to ask the happy moments.
Those are happy
moments that you people embrace and enjoy.
Now, for when you are in an aviation world, it is quite different, because you are paid salary. You are paid for the time you're flying, for the hour you fly. For the pilots and the cabin crews, you're paid for the hour you fly, and then you're paid salary, and then you're given allowances. By the way, when you reach a certain country where you are going to maybe have a stopover, you're given accommodation for free. You are given, oh my God, every time I talk about that, I feel like we are in our own world indeed.
You people should have come on set with your bags.
I know.
You pull out those wallets.
That step we should
Exactly.
have.
So
The bags are far.
bags are far, yes. So you're given accommodation for free, and you're also given allowances, food allowance, so that you can have anything you want in that country. And then you also move around the countries. So you go for shopping. So when you come at my place, you'll find this shoe is from Germany, the other is from London, the other is in Dubai. I know, I also.
So thanks to government or the aviation that you work for?
The aviation.
The employee. So hands up for the employee.
Please.
those are some of the things we wanted to talk about, starting from 1st of May, having a safe environment, motivating your employees as well. So your employer, a hand clap for the employer.
It's motivating us so well.
Yes.
Wow, an inspiration to the young people out there who would love to join the field as well.
Just know you'll travel for free in actual sense. You're traveling everywhere you want, but you're traveling and you're being paid.
Yeah,
Can you imagine?
traveling is your job.
Traveling is and you're being paid. You're traveling and you're being paid as well.
And you can as well do certain other things
Yeah,
because it's a flexible course
It
and a
is.
kind of work.
Yes, it
Wow.
is.
So how do you find it? Okay, I still have to ask this bit.
Please.
Much as there's the motivation and the free stuff that comes through. You know, Africans love free things.
We do. We do for sure.
How do you find it working in Uganda? Because I've had so many young people, they always think of, I need to go to Dubai, I need to go to Qatar, I need to go work elsewhere. They're always checking out for such opportunities to work elsewhere. How has it been like for you working in Uganda and you're in that field of aviation? I know it's still on to the slow uptake. Yes.
Okay. When you look at the people that would want to travel to other countries and work from those countries, who is going to be developing our Uganda? Who do you think is going to be opening the opportunities that are in Uganda for you? Because we need to embrace what we have as well. Much as we want to, you know, go international, you know, talk to your friends and be like, you know me, I'm working from Dubai, you know me, I'm working from this place. Who do you think is going to be working in Uganda if everyone wants to get out of Uganda? So we need to use our resources. You know, Uganda is very rich. It is so rich. But people do not realize that day in, day out, they keep mistaking that for something else. I still don't get it. I don't get the reason why. But we need to embrace what we have as Ugandans. That is the reason why we are coming up with a lot of ideas every single day. If we are doing aviation, someone else is doing media, someone else is doing something else. We are growing Uganda together. So I feel like working in Uganda gives a beautiful experience as well, because if it comes to aviation, it is all about traveling. If we are traveling, that is tourism. We are growing the tourism industry as well. So I feel like people need to start or need to learn how to embrace Uganda as a country. Yeah, because it's amazing. It is so rich. It is so super nice. It would be a great experience. Personally, it's a beautiful experience for me.
Working in your own country, living and
Working in Uganda
here.
is literally good. Now, for like in aviation, some people who travel abroad, they are looking for jobs. But in aviation, we have the jobs here. If, for example, you want to work at the airport, the jobs are there. So what you have to do is study, and then the jobs are here. Some people who travel outside, maybe they are looking for something to do, but in aviation, everything is already here. For example, you want to work at the airport, it's there. You want to work for, Uganda Airlines has just advertised, I think 1 month ago, to get cabin crews, and they wanted 30 cabin crews. So there is literally no reason why you should go, because we are paid in dollars as well, and we are looking for money. The money is already here. So literally, for me working in Uganda, no one is taking that away from me.
Anyway, no challenge whatsoever for you to enjoy that space that you're working in?
Of course, challenges are there. In all working environments, challenges are there. But it depends you as a person, how do you take the challenges? In aviation, we are taught to change the challenges into a good thing. For example, one of the challenges we face as cabin crews working in the that cabin, because the air right there is not the best, but what is the nice thing do you get from there? We get good money, and then we get time to rest, a lot of time to rest, because it's so hard for you to find a job where you rest 2 or 3 days a week. It is very hard, but for us in aviation we do. So yes, you work, but then we have a lot of time to enjoy.
Okay, so at least the job opportunities have been lined up. The government has done so much.
Yes.
We thank the government for that. There are job opportunities in aviation every single time. I've just said for the last 2 months, Uganda Airlines was advertising, and before that, for the last 6 months, it was also advertising. So all those are jobs, and they're looking for 30 cabin crews. They're always, if you check on Uganda Airlines page, they're always having opportunities. Yes, so yes, we are good to go.
Okay, when it comes to the job environment itself, and then the access to the courses, at least there's a number of institutions have been put in place for the young people out there who would want to enroll.
Yes, that's true. A lot of them, but of course, Kubis Aviation is number one. Don't forget that.
Well, okay, now if you had an opportunity to meet His Excellency, you just salute him.
Yes, I would. I would, because he has done a very good job. I wouldn't even say a bad thing about it, because, I mean, what would we want more? Uganda Airlines is advertising.
No competition when it comes to the men and the bias and all that?
Of course, the competition is there, but also women these days, we've come with a lot of energy.
When it comes to the variety of courses you've talked about and the opportunities there, is there a gender balance?
Yes, there is a gender balance. Now, do you know that a lot of people, a lot of women are pilots now? Those days for a woman to become a pilot, oh my God, it was like it was like an abomination. But right now, women are pilots. When you reach to airport and see the aviation security, you'll see women right there. When you reach most of the airlines, they have cabin crew has women. When you reach to customer care, ticketing, women are just the best now. Yeah.
So when in your field, there's always like upgrading. What is like the top, the cream?
The cream. Now, in aviation,
to turn out to be a pilot, that is the cream stage. Or the other opportunities.
There are
for more money, for you to earn more money.
Now, not only pilots get the highest money. No. Now, if you are, you can also be a senior cabin crew. You can also be. So it depends which sector you're in. So, but all the aviation, I will not lie you that even if you are just a person who cleans the airplane when it lands, you still get good money. Yes.
Even if it's in shillings, it's still good money.
Yes.
Even if it's in shillings, it's still good money.
Dollars when you're being paid how many dollars, and then you're being paid shillings, and then you're being paid 1 million shillings, and then really it doesn't matter. It's still good money. And the fact that now the courses are very many, the training centers are very many, and then the places where we are working as well are very many. Because if you're to see, they're putting up the Hoima Airport now. And that is a lot of opportunities for people, because the people at the airport, at the Entebbe International Airport, they're already there working. People that have been studying in the aviation industry, they are also going to start, like they are working, others are working, others are not. So the people that are studying right now, these are the opportunities that the government is making for them. If you're to see dispatchers are being taken in, day out, every day. There is a new dispatcher that is being sent out there to do their jobs. If you're to see at Kubis Aviation College, one of our instructors was FOO001, the very first person who got licensed is with us at Kubis Aviation College. So that means if there was a 001, right now there is some, like a number that you cannot even know, and then all of these guys are having work. Where do you think all these opportunities are there? Where do you think these opportunities are coming from? That means, as Uganda, the government has created opportunities which a lot of people are not seeing, because I don't know if they're blind or not, but the opportunities are there. And the more we train, the more people are getting experienced, the more people are getting the knowledge, and the more people are getting to work in the aviation industry. That is the more we are getting to be safe.
So all the variety of courses that you're talking about, there's access to
Definitely.
To jobs right here in Uganda. There's nothing like I need to travel abroad.
You do not need
to make myself better.
No, like for
people
example,
just have a means of traveling abroad.
For example, if you're doing ticketing,
you get an opportunity to travel, like she says, you're in the US, you're in Canada, you're all over the place, and then you're like, Sigala wano, sit there, you can.
No, like for example, for the people who do ticketing, you don't need to go anywhere. You even sometimes don't need an office. What you need is a gadget, laptop, then you've studied and you've just
been licensed.
So iCity is all over the place.
Definitely.
All over the place. You incorporate it in your day-to-day work each and every single time.
Very, very, very much. Even while creating our awareness, you realize we are going digital each and every single day. Now, when you come to school, we are given tablets where we study from, because you're not going to be in class every time you're in a manual, and there is nothing more that you are getting to explore. No, we are using tablets while in class. Then when you get to doing your practical bit of it, the dispatchers are using simulators. That is a feel of flying, because this is all ICT that we are talking about. When it comes to creating awareness, we are using the televisions, we are using the social media, which is running crazy each and every single day. Yes, so we are definitely working with ICT. There is nothing that is not involving digital right now.
So complaints when it comes, others are like the other issue, like for example, for someone in the rural setup who wants to turn out to be like Judith.
Yes.
That person has to travel and start living in the urban centers
because
for them to be like you, to be closer to the internet and closer to data itself.
But those people do have radios, realize. So when we come on air like
you also
this,
try to
on
embrace
TV,
them and try to reach out to such regions.
Yes, yes, that is exactly what we do. We feel like everyone should have a bit of one of the wonderful things that Uganda has.
So Kubis Aviation has also put into consideration those other people living
in the villages.
Now, what Kubis Aviation is doing right now, you know, some people think for you to be in aviation, you need to have the best work. You need to have the
I'm telling you, certain things have to complement.
No. When you come to Kubis Aviation, we start from zero. We shall teach you how, you know, I also didn't wake up in the morning.
From where? Like,
exactly.
From
your
myself with all my butoro.
Exactly.
Yes.
Now, you know, some people think I was born walking with heels. No, I also just learnt it. So when you come from Kubis Aviation, we shall give you from zero. We shall teach you how to walk with your heels. We shall teach you how to use a computer. We shall teach you how to use a fork and a knife, because you're becoming international. We shall teach you how to speak the good English, because everything. We shall teach you that best smile like mine. I also didn't know how to smile like this. Kubis Aviation did all that. Okay. So we give you from zero. Don't worry, I don't know how to walk with heels. No, we shall teach you all these things, because that is the aviation world. You become international. We shall teach you how to do everything. When you come to Kubis Aviation, we shall teach you from zero, in actual sense. So don't worry if you're from, I don't know which village, and you don't know anything. You're sorted, my dear. You are totally sorted. We shall teach you how to do all this, to dress like this, how to do my makeup, all that. All that is done.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I love the energy and the bit that you're so patriotic. You love your nation and you represented it so well in those other regions that you've been to. How is the reception like? Because you said you can land in London and find someone who has been at Kubis.
Yes.
Well represented as Uganda. How is the reception when those people get there?
Now, you know, the good part is when you reach in a country, in any country, and find a person who knows your local language. It would be the best part. It would be so nice. So
where you can easily talk about the matoke.
Exactly, and then you reach, and then you speak Luganda. So you know that feeling. So what we do, we make sure that at least we divide. I don't know, when we hear an opportunity, we make sure as a school we do something so that to push you and you go to certain countries. So we want, when you reach there, to get somebody who knows your local language so that they can tell you all your in Luganda. That is what you will feel like home.
And you know, when you reach and then you have gotten space, because now we are embracing, let's say, international wise. When you reach, you find yourself, you're there, you have gotten another opportunity that is calling another friend of yours, or you get an opportunity to call someone else that has studied the same thing. The first thing you're going to do is think about the person you have left in Uganda. So that means if one has gone, another one has gone, another one has gone, we are able to unite, we are able to embrace each other, to support each other, and we get to learn new things each and every day.
Is there a moment where when someone is doing your course, is there a moment of like, okay, they've failed, they need to have another another opportunity to go through it and make it right?
Yeah, yes. Sure, you have the opportunity to.
Like, for example, at Kubis Aviation, for example, I'll still talk about cabin crew. You do it for 9 months, but we still give you an allowance for a year. In that, when things fail, because we need these papers. It's like you're doing your job very well, but you still need these papers. So we do our best. We give you at least allowance. But it is so hard. In aviation, we never fail. It is like so hard to find somebody failing, because most of the papers we have, they are in objective forms, and these are practical things.
Because
this is on job. Exactly.
Imagine a pilot. Certain things you have to really turn out to be right, and for you to have that international, you know, certificate or international, for you to be well represented and to be embraced on an international level, you have to make sure you do things right.
Yes, you have to do things right. Like for you to have that,
good grades.
Get the good grades. For you to have that, you need to have a school which is approved first of all for you, because some schools are not approved. But you need to have, because for us at Kubis Aviation, we have two bodies. That is IATA. We are in actual sense, we are approved to teach by IATA, and then CAA, that is Uganda Civil Aviation Authority. So we have all the two needs for you to be there to study. So for people who study IATA, IATA is international.
It's an international.
Yes, it is international. It's International Air Transport Association.
Cambridge.
Exactly. So you need to have that paper. So for us at Kubis Aviation, we have that. We are blessed that we have that. So at the end of your course, we receive a paper which is international, which every cabin crew in the whole world is doing. That is what you do. So when you get that right, you have an international where you can work in Sudan, in any country you wish to.
Yes. Judith, would you add thoughts on that?
Yeah, sure. Now, when you get the International Air Transport Association, the person that, if you are in Uganda, you've gotten that from Uganda. The person that is in Canada, because it's the headquarters are in Canada, the person that is from Canada is having the same. That means you are able to compete for a job with this person that is in Canada. Imagine you have started from Uganda, where a lot of
I was waiting for. You're able to compete.
So you're able to compete in the whole world, because you are not going to be looked down onto. You have what she has. There is nothing that, I mean, you do.
Because they'll try to locate you on the map, like Uganda is where, you know, that's how they will place
you. So
you.
even if you get to, you try to track me from the map, I have my paper that you still have. So we are both in the same lane. There is no difference that you're going to beat me with. Now, what is going to be beating who? It is the knowledge that you have yourself, the efforts. And this is why we as well teach public speech and all that. So if I'm able to do my interviews, I have the knowledge, I can do public speech, I have my papers. What else do you want me to show you? Yeah?
There's really a whole lot there. Quite interesting, of course it is. Public speech, ethics, internationally, life.
We have a course called etiquette.
Etiquette.
Yes, we make sure we teach you whatever we think you would need. Like, you know, some people think, for us, we are not from English, you know, those English countries where people have to, I don't know, do whatever those people have to do, because we are approved. So we make sure we give you all the best.
Someone would be like, it's tough, I need to, you know, have some, they call them the what? The night preps, I know, extra night preps where you have to place your feet into a bucket of cold
in
water.
aviation you don't need that, because
to be able to grasp and turn out to be the best.
No, you don't need that, as long as you have a little time during the day, because it is on-job training, it's practice, it's what you're going to be doing then. So you don't need to put your feet in water. No, this is like university. It's like, the best part is the skills we are giving you, it's what you're going to use when you reach the airline or when you're at the airport. So yes, that is the best part.
Getting you ready for your job. You're literally practicing exactly what you're going to do. You do not need
it is not like you finish the course, then you have to move around for like a whole year, 2 years. You're doing voluntary work, you're doing internship here and there.
Of course, there is time for internship. However, it is not long, because an internship, if you can do an internship of 3 months and you're good to go, other than doing an internship of 6 months, a year, and then you're still seated home, you do not know, you're still confused, you do not know exactly what to do with your transcript or something like that. But here you are training for the exact job. You know, a lot of people can even have gotten, you're doing a course of 9 months. You are in your 8th month. Uganda Airlines is, let's say, advertising, or Qatar is advertising, and then you are competing with the people that have done their course for fully 9 months and then internship of 3 months. But you who is on your 8th month, you're able to compete with them, you're able to get the job. So you are literally training for your job. You're not going to be confused at the end of the day. Yeah.
Wow. I love the conversation going. I have a few minutes left in studio, but hey, I can still extend this conversation even after our time right here. But for the viewer out there, if you want to meet Judith or have more of Margaret, you can visit them at Akubis Aviation, and you can also reach out to us here, the national broadcaster. Yes, we'll be glad to help you reach out to them. Now, Margaret is proud of her mom for investing right.
Of course.
Yes, and I'm sure Judith also has something itching. Maybe role models out there, maybe saluting the support she has gotten, maybe from her family and people out there. Well, Margaret, your mom being proud of you. Yes, you're best placed, right? And you're doing things right in aviation. For someone out there, for a parent who also wants to invest in your child, yes, maybe it will be glad if they had a word from you.
In aviation, I know some parents in Uganda are don't have a lot of money. They're struggling. Let me say, we are parents who work day, night, whatever it is. You don't need to let your child just dream about aviation. You don't let them. You give them that chance, because when you pay for a child in aviation, you invested right. You can't invest wrong in aviation. So you can do whatever it takes. You don't need to have a lot of money. You don't need to have a lot of money. Just as long as you are willing for your child to have the best, give them what they need. I know you might not have a lot of money seated there, but we can talk. We can always talk so that your child can have the best. So the reason why I'm proud of my mom, she told me, I don't have a lot of money, but I'll make sure you do it. So that's why I'm so proud. And she's very happy because I made sure I've given her the best.
Amazing. Wow.
Yeah.
Hey, speechless. Oh, thanks to mommy out there. You see, it still goes back to the women out there.
I know. The women are taking.
Okay, so there's the men who have, for the support, the men, the fathers out there, Bambi, who have really put it into consideration. Judith, I'll get up to you. Someone out there wants to be like you. Maybe a parent who really wants their daughter to stand out and shine just like you. Yes.
Okay, and like she said, do not let your child stop at dreaming. You can make this dream come true, because we have tried to consider each and every person out there. However much or less you get, you can still support the dream of your child. You know, parents, it's very hard, because I would say, I want my child to focus, to do law, I want my child to do this, but I have not listened to what my child wants. Let's learn to listen to these children, and we get to know where is their interest lying. Do they want to be a cabin crew? Do they want to take on another journey? You should support them. And then when it comes to the parents that are saying it is not affordable, sometimes we have these scholarship programs. You can reach out to our offices. We are located in Entebbe, Katabi, that is Mizra Road. You can get to us here in Kampala, that is Greenland Towers, level 5. It's Kubis Aviation College. Or you can actually contact us on 0758 612191. And we'll be talking, and we see how we can help each other, how we can let the dreams of our children get to life. Or then you can actually get on our social medias as well, because we are always responding to each and every inquiries on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, TikTok and YouTube, Kubis Aviation College, and we'll be so happy to guide you through. And to my parents, I want to thank each and everyone that supported my dream to come true, definitely, because I did not do this alone. I had the support of my parents, I had the support of my friends, the administration at Kubis. It's been an amazing experience that I just can't
You're still on a journey. There's a lot for you to embrace.
Definitely.
Well, maybe just having that contact number again.
Yes,
before they come looking for Sandra to give them the number. 07.
The contact is 0758 612191.
So for someone to do the course, they have to do it from Katabi?
Or Entebbe.
Oh, we still
actually
have branches,
in Mbarara.
like
Yes.
offices. We have an office in Mbarara. We have an office in Hoima. We also have an office in South Sudan. So everywhere you go, we shall still be there to provide you.
Yes.
Someone is envious. He's just looking at me.
You know, the good thing, what I've loved about Kubis, it's not only because there's some people who haven't got jobs which they want, but aviation itself, Kubis is employing itself. If you reach there at the school, you'll be shocked.
At least you're accommodated in some
Exactly.
field.
Yes.
We have a lot because all those offices need people. So if you're really good and you haven't got an opportunity, we still provide.
But at least you need to have the
something.
documents speaking about aviation.
Of course, you
Definitely,
need
because
to.
you
You
have
need
so
to.
many-
So I
you
don't
do.
have an opportunity there.
You have to first come and
You can
study
come and
then.
study, and then we can get you
So
something.
the shortest course is 9 months.
No, we have a course for 6 months. In
So I
fact, we
can do
have
for 6
4
months.
Yes, we have
Then
4
I'd be
months. We even
employed
have
at Cook.
recurring courses, which you can have. A recurring course can be for 1 week. So yes, you can totally have something with us.
So I can still be embraced there.
Definitely.
My brother, my camera person here, brother Ratoro Patrick, has daughters. She's so, now I'm thinking is very envious.
I
Once the
know.
daughter turn out to be like one of you. Lighter moments, memories that you would love to share, like in those other countries you landed,
Yes.
and at least found the food, and you're like, will I handle? And you're used to our matoke and that beat. Let's share
Yes.
some of the weird moments.
Yeah, for
Memories.
example, we always have familiarization flights at the school itself. We always have familiarization flights. Like, for example, we always go to Dubai, and we're going in June, July. So we always go to Dubai. We take our students, since we are international, we need to keep them in the move. So we always take them around. So when we went to Dubai with the school, we reached and we went, there is a desert we went, there is a place, because we study on board the plane, because we want to show you this is the call button, because some people have not traveled before, but they're doing aviation. So we try to take you in that familiarization flight, which we show you what the button is. We show you if you want to call a cabin crew, this is what you do. These are the toilets. Of course, we don't call them toilets. For us, we call them lavatories. So we show you, because some people, you know, people have thoughts of when you're in the plane, you have to sit, no, going for short call until everything's done. No, we do all that. There are the lavatories in that. So we show you everything. So when we reached there, we went to the desert trip where you do all the desert things. So we reached there and we ate food. I don't know what that food was. Until now, I'm still wondering what that
She
food
ate a
was.
caramel.
I don't know what it was. And then there
That was
is,
sweet. This was weird.
I don't know how to
She
explain
loved
that.
it.
She just loved it.
I don't know. And then there is milk. Their milk, I think it's camel milk. I
Very
think
thick?
it's camel. It's thick. You can't take it when it is not hot. In actual sense, every time I travel, I get something new to learn. So every time I go to Dubai, I have to go back in that specific spot just to eat that food.
Amazing.
Yes.
Oh, well, Judith, memories that you love to
Oh,
share.
there are a lot of memories, but I think I should share one thing.
Still to do with the food. You know, Africans
No, the
and
food was so, you know, I reached a time when I felt like, I miss Ugandan food. I mean, I want to have a touch of beans. I want to have a touch of matoke, posho. And then at the end of the day, you realize you still have some time there, so you will not get that anywhere.
And I think there is one other thing I won't forget. When we went there, it was hot.
Yeah.
It was really hot that you use cream like the women, and we're dripping. And we reached there, you don't need to have a water heater. The water is hot itself. So I reached a time, and you can't step down without your shoes because it's hot. So when I was there, in my head I was like, if I have a next plane landing to Uganda, I need to leave this place.
You'll be the first one to
I'll be the
grab.
first
Yeah.
one to grab it, yes.
Wow, amazing. Great stories. You've really done us well. It's been a pleasure having you, having your company, and an opportunity for the viewer, I'm sure, as we talked aviation, and of course appreciating the women in aviation. And our government as well, because at least there have not been so much complaints going through from the ladies who are still on ground, and of course they're active to that. Maybe a message that you'd love to share with someone out there who's watching, maybe a role model, someone you looked up to, maybe saluting Kubis Aviation itself, or maybe a viewer who really wants to stand out before we let you go enjoy your day.
I would thank the management of Kubis Aviation, because they have done a very great job. I never thought in life I would be a cabin crew. I never.
It was a dream.
It was, let me even not call it a dream. I don't know, it was passion. I really wanted to be. And then I reached here, and these people are like, it's possible. Like, I'm like, No,
Really?
you mean it's just possible like that? I thought I would maybe need, I don't know, but these people have made aviation so easy. They have made aviation so easy. They have connected people. People are working at the airport, and we also want to appreciate our partners we work with, because it is easy that when you go to maybe like the airport, those people are very much willing to work with Kubis Aviation. So I want to thank the management of Kubis Aviation, Mr. Majezi Amon in particular, and the whole management team. They have really done a great job. I would really appreciate, because they have brought aviation to our nose. And that is the best, because in Uganda we think for you to fly in an airplane, to be a cabin crew, to be a pilot, oh my God, exactly.
And then your parents seem to be loaded like this.
Exactly, but I am so very happy that even a child in Uganda can stand at an international level.
Amazing.
Because when you look at those people, like for example, we have people who work in Emirates, they'll stand at an international level, and you can't know even that from Uganda.
Wow.
Exactly, so I would really appreciate them. And yeah, thanks to my mother who made this happen, my sisters, my brothers, and everybody. Thank you so much. I am the proudest Ugandan in the whole world.
So patriotic. Well, Judith, we can't miss out hearing from you.
I want to thank each and everyone that has supported their children in the dream of becoming aviators or working in the aviation industry. That was a very good step. And you who is looking up to your child being like one of us or working in the aviation industry, please support your children, give them a chance to explore, because this is how we network, because this is it's a rich industry that when one gets to land in there, they have invested right, like we had talked about. So support your children, dear parents out there. Please reach out to us in case you need guidance. We can still help you. And I would love to thank each and everyone that supported my dream as well. My parents, my guardians, my friends, the administration at Kubis Aviation College, and each and everyone. And then I would love to thank Kubis Aviation College in particular, because they have tried to see that in each and every region there is awareness, or there is a touch of extending aviation to someone that is not able to be in these nice places, Manya, Kampala, what. No, they have gone ahead to see that they create opportunities in each and every region. And this is what all of us as Ugandans, this is what we want for ourselves. So if you have something nice, you can share it with someone else. And that is how we get to share what we have as Kubis Aviation College with other people in other regions, so that we all grow together.
So you're always this smart on a daily?
Definitely.
Smarter than the guys.
We are all smart.
We're all smart.
Yes.
Well, we really had a great time spending time with Judith and Margaret. Maybe just at the extreme end, that is Nalwada Margaret. She's the PR at Kubis Aviation College, and they've shared their contacts and how you can reach out to them. And Judith right here at Umanya, the head of marketing, Kubis Aviation College. As a national broadcaster, we are to celebrate the women, of course, this particular month, embracing all the women out there, those who labor on a daily, each and every single day, going out to work in various places, in various sectors, in various fields. Yes, that is what we're looking for. And for this particular episode, I'm really touched. And I'm sure you too have been touched. And of course, not forgetting how they highly speak about the employer, how they highly speak about the management of the institution. So yes, let's borrow one or two things. If you are an employer out there and you are head of an institution out there, embracing young talent for someone out there trying to figure it out and find their best foot placed right. And for the parents out there, I'm sure they would love to walk into such institutions. Someone looking for employment, they would love to work with such people in a better environment. That is what we're putting across as a national broadcaster and celebrating all of us as a whole to make Uganda a better place to live in. My name is Sandra Kahunde. Judith and Margaret have really been a great inspiration. Have yourselves a blessed Monday and a blessed week. We shall miss them, but looking forward to spending more time with you. That is tomorrow, same place, right here, the national broadcaster. God bless you.